Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
Breaking news out of Dilworth this evening. Crews are responding right now to a gas leak at 9th Street North and 4th Avenue Northwest. We're told that traffic is being diverted so crews have enough room to work. We have a team heading to the scene right now, so be sure to stick with Valley News Live for the latest on this breaking story. Policymakers are trying to reverse the most deadly drug crisis this country has ever seen. But who's to blame? Some say big pharmaceutical companies may have misled doctors and patients. Valley News Team's Ryan Laughlin has what doctors say they're doing now and the surprising consequences we're seeing as a result.
How medical professionals view pain has changed dramatically.
We used to have posters back in the 1990s and early 2000s that were saying, was your pain well addressed, right?
There was pressure to make people pain-free, but were there side effects of painkillers intentionally being covered up?
Fake research was put together to indicate that these medications were safe. It was promoted to physicians who were led to believe that that was correct. And then the patient takes them because their doctor assures them that they've been told by the manufacturer that it's not that addictive.
We know better now.
If you've used it consistently for 5 days, you have a risk of having opioid addiction.
Jeff Sessions announced part of the plan to reverse the opioid epidemic in Fargo last week.
To reduce opioid prescriptions in America by 1/3 in 3 years. I think we can do that.
We're starting to see that happening here in North Dakota, where the numbers of prescriptions of those narcotic painkillers is going down.
But it's not all good news.
The amount of prescriptions that are written have decreased, right? However, the numbers of deaths haven't decreased, they've actually increased. The one thing that we're seeing with the more deaths are actually illicit opioids and synthetic opioids. Most of these are the illicit fentanyl opioids.
Some think the key lies in education.
How are we going to keep our community safe? One thing that we can do as healthcare providers is educate our patients about options.
Knowing the problem, now trying to find the solution. From Grand Forks, Ryan Laughlin, Valley News Live.
In 2016, the latest statistics available show that more than the entire population of Grand Forks died from opioid overdoses. North Dakota's Attorney General Wayne Stenhjem said it is possible North Dakota will join a number of other states to sue Big Pharma for intentionally misleading the medical community about the dangers of opioids. After a beautiful day, we're now seeing thunderstorms move into parts of the region. If they haven't hit your area yet, they might be on the way. Hutch, what's the latest?
Well, I'll look out to the east, showing just a few very fair weather cumulus clouds over the FM area, but in the Northern Valley, thunderstorms are making their way from west to east. As we head into the evening hours, these will continue to trek to the east. Right now, north of Grand Forks, we see quite a bit of thunder and lightning, and also not far from New Rockford, some cells as well. These are moving to the east at 40 miles per hour, so at a pretty good clip. Some are moving right into Grand Forks as we speak, with a chance for some brief heavy rain and some small hail possible from these cells. The farther south you go, south of Highway 200, these thunder showers become more hit and miss in their aerial coverage. 70 this hour in the FM area, 66 Alexandria, and it is cooler still in Minneapolis at 67. By the 10 o'clock hour, storms will be pushing outside of the viewing area, and we'll be slipping into the low 50s and upper 40s for the late evening. On hour-by-hour details and what you can expect for your Thursday, it looks like another pleasant day, and we'll detail all of that in the weekend outlook here in just a moment.
Okay, thanks, Hutch. Developing tonight, 5 people are now confirmed dead after a military plane in Georgia crashed shortly after takeoff this morning. The cargo plane went down around 10:30 our time near the Hilton Head International Airport, shutting down a nearby road. There was a fire. It was put out in about an hour. The Air Force says the plane was an Air National Guard C-130 and belonged to the 156th Air Wing out of Puerto Rico. The 165th, it belonged to the 156th. The 165th Air Wing out of Savannah was responding to the crash. Be sure to stick with Valley News Live as we learn more updates on this story. A 59-year-old woman from Black Duck, Minnesota was airlifted to a Fargo hospital after a crash near the village of Toad Lake in Becker County. Around 7:30 this morning, Cindy Swedberg was heading west on Highway 34, and 49-year-old Jackie Post of Frazee, Minnesota, was heading east when the two hit. Post was taken to the hospital and is expected to be okay. It's not yet known how Swedberg is doing. Both were wearing their seatbelts and alcohol was not involved. Two men face sexual assault charges after allegedly raping women in separate incidents last week at Twin Cities light rail stations. 25-year-old Haved Moben and 45-year-old Lee Lenore are charged in the assaults, according to Hennepin County court documents. The victim told police that Moben threatened to kill her, forced her to perform oral sex on him, and raped her. He was later arrested at a St. Paul homeless shelter and now charged with first-degree criminal sexual conduct. The second assault happened Friday night at the Franklin Avenue station in Minneapolis. A criminal complaint says Lee Lenore assaulted a mentally impaired woman who, according to documents, was clearly physically helpless and drunk with a blood alcohol content level of 0.231. Fargo police need your help identifying these people and want to talk to them about a recent crime. They're up on your screen right now. Police say these people were not involved in the same crime. If you or someone you know recognizes these people, call Fargo police at 241-1405. Shots were fired at a vehicle and bullets hit a school bus in Minnesota. The driver told officers he was being followed by another vehicle after pumping gas in Delano. He said someone in that car fired shots at his car as he turned into a bus facility. The gunfire hit a parked bus and the window of another bus inside a garage. No one was inside the bus garage at the time. Green grass doesn't have to be a dream anymore. You can start working on it now. Experts from Lowe's say now is the time for seeding and the first application of fertilizer. They advise in 1 month to use a weed and feed fertilizer on wet grass to help kill weeds. They say it's not just the product that's important to pick out, but how you prepare your yard ahead of time.
Whenever you want to seed your lawn, the most important thing is soil preparation. If you're doing overseeding, a good thorough raking of the area, try to remove as much dead grass as possible so that new seed can get down to the soil.
Experts say another key to having a great yard is to water it often. If you're trying to grow new grass and the seed dries up, it dies. It just might be, literally, one of the biggest final exams any student might have to take. The exam is to build a house, and that's exactly what 5 students from Fargo North have been doing this school year. And today they're showing it off. It is done. The 1,500 square foot Rambler has 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, including one in the master suite. What's more, it has some rather unique features, like vaulted ceilings that these future contractors are rather proud of. They built it from the ground up and along the way got some professional help from electricians, plumbers, and siding contractors. But still, for now, it's their house.
It's really cool to do that with only 5 people. Like 20 years from now, I could say, yeah, me and my 5 friends built a real house that was sold and someone lives in it now. It's pretty cool.
It is. The house, by the way, has been sold and will soon be moved onto its permanent foundation north of Holly. It's a sound you probably don't want to hear, but when the weather turns bad, you'll likely be happy you can. The cities of Fargo and West Fargo joined others across North Dakota during the statewide tornado drill today, checking out those warning sirens to make sure they work. The sirens are just one way local governments try to let you know that rough weather is in the area. Code red alerts are another, and you're encouraged to sign up for them. And of course, you'll want to make sure you have the Storm Team weather app on your phone. And some tornado trivia for you. The Tornado History Project says between 1950 and 2016, there were just over 1,500 tornadoes reported in North Dakota. They killed 28 people and injured nearly 350. People in Fargo can recycle their electronics for free this Saturday. The city says each resident can recycle a total of 2 items. The event runs from 9 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon at the Solid Waste Facility. That address is 2301 8th Avenue North. A computer set counts as 1 item, and that includes a screen, tower, keyboard, and printer. Proof of residency will be required. If you live in Fargo, West Fargo, or Cass County, you can take part. If you're unable to make this event, you can drop off old electronics at the Household Hazardous Waste Facility at 606 43.5 Street North. They will accept 1 computer and 1 TV per resident per month. Your dog